Hi everyone, I'm Mark Leeming from the 1 Minute Preacher. Now, the book of Genesis records a tragic story of when God destroyed the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. And I'm sure you've been taught that the reason for their destruction was because of extreme sexual perversion. After all, the Genesis account and various other references throughout Scripture give that as the main reason. However, the prophet Ezekiel adds another reason on top of that, and that's what we're going to be looking at in this Thursday morning video.
But before we do that, if you have a cup of hot coffee, tea, or any other hot beverage of preference that you'd like to kickstart your mornings off with, a toast to having a wonderful Thursday. Right? She says right.
Now, the words Sodom and Gomorrah have become proverbial in the English language for extreme sexual perversion. And in fact, there's a road not far from where I live called Gomorrah. Now, I don't know the local history enough to know how or why it got that name, and I'm pretty sure I don't really want to know why either. Anyway, just a quick recap of the story. God sent angels in male human form to the city of Sodom to rescue Abraham's nephew Lot and his family before all the fireworks started. And while the angels, who remember looked like men, were in Lot's house, the men of Sodom, both young and old, gathered around Lot's house and demanded that Lot hand over his guests to be gang raped. Naturally, that never took place. The angels rescued Lot and his family before the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah went kaboom. Now, according to the narrative, the near gang rape typified the brazen sexual attitudes and arrogance of the citizens of those cities. And so it seems pretty clear why they were deemed wicked and destroyed, right? Well, here enters Ezekiel. Behold, this was the guilt of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters had pride, excess, food, and prosperous ease, but she did not aid the poor and the needy. Did you get that? It was because of social injustice, because they refused to help the poor and the needy in spite of their great wealth and abundance, that God punished those cities. You see, the plain upon which Sodom and Gomorrah was located was extremely fertile, and so there was abundant food and extreme wealth. And yet, in spite of this great wealth, they refused. They refused to help the poor and the needy, the widows and the orphans, and anyone else in dire straits through no fault of their own. Their wealth made them arrogant and callous, and they thought that they could do whatever they wanted to whomever, whether it was oppressing the poor or gang raping strangers. So if you're a conservative Christian, as I myself am, I'd like to leave you with this thought to prayerfully consider this Thursday morning. Do you equate the mistreatment of the poor and the powerless to the same degree as sexual perversion? God does. Several Sundays ago, I had the privilege of speaking at a local church. And so if you have just 26 minutes to spare, you can watch it by clicking on the card over there. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this particular video. Please do give it a thumbs up and a share. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing.